Deployment of the $175 billion Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative by Q4 2024, five-phased implementation strategy with $50 million allocated for R&D and cybersecurity enhancements. Date of announcement, May 21, 2025. Overview. The Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative, an ambitious project announced by former President Donald Trump, is set to revolutionize the United States missile defense capabilities. With a staggering budget of $175 billion, this initiative will integrate advanced technologies to protect the nation from a range of missile threats, particularly from rogue states and hostile entities. The program aims for full operational deployment by the fourth quarter of 2024, utilizing a comprehensive five-phased implementation strategy and allocating $50 million specifically for research and development, R&D, and cybersecurity enhancements. Key highlights from the event. 1. Announcement context. The Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative was revealed during a high-profile political event, emphasizing the administration's commitment to bolstering national security. The announcement underscored the urgency of enhancing missile defense in light of evolving global threats. 2. Budget and financial allocation. The initiative's considerable budget will not only cover the development and deployment of missile defense systems but will also focus on innovative R&D and cybersecurity measures. The $50 million earmarked for these areas reflects a strategic investment in maintaining technological superiority and safeguarding the defense infrastructure from cyber threats. 3. Five-phased implementation strategy. The deployment will be executed in 5 distinct phases, each designed to ensure a systematic and effective integration of the missile defense systems. Phase 1. Conducting initial assessments and validating key technologies to ensure readiness for development. Phase 2. Developing essential components and conducting initial field tests to gauge system performance. Phase 3. Transitioning to full-scale production and deployment of primary defense systems. Ensuring operational capabilities. Phase 4. Integrating the new missile defense systems with existing military infrastructure and command systems to enhance overall effectiveness. Phase 5. Establishing a framework for continuous evaluation and updates to adapt to emerging threats and technological advancements. 4. Support and criticism. The initiative has elicited a spectrum of responses. Proponents argue that it is vital for national security, particularly in an era marked by increasing missile capabilities among adversarial nations. Conversely, critics have raised concerns about the financial burden, potential escalation of arms races, and the environmental implications of deploying extensive missile defense systems. Differing perspectives from sources. Technical Insights Source 2. A report from Space Insider highlighted the implications of a merger between MDA Space and SADC-FY as a pivotal development for the Golden Dome Initiative. This merger is expected to enhance satellite communications and data transmission capabilities, which are critical for the operation of missile defense systems. Political ramifications. Source 3. Euronews focused on the broader political context of the initiative, discussing how it fits within Trump's overarching defense strategy. The potential impact on international relations, particularly concerning adversarial nations, was emphasized, noting that such a substantial investment in military capabilities could exacerbate tensions. Timeline of events. Announcement date: May 21, 2025, the Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative is officially unveiled by Trump. Budget allocation: the initiative allocates $50 million for R&D and cybersecurity within the broader $175 billion budget. Deployment target: the initiative aims for full operational capability by Q4 2024, marking a significant milestone in U.S. defense strategy. Conclusion. The Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative represents a bold step toward enhancing U.S. national security through advanced missile defense capabilities. With a structured five-phased implementation plan and significant investment in R&D and cybersecurity, The initiative aims to address both current and future missile threats effectively. Balancing technological advancement with budgetary considerations and geopolitical implications will be crucial as the United States navigates the complexities of modern defense landscapes. As the initiative moves forward, ongoing evaluations will be critical to ensure that the systems remain effective against evolving threats while maintaining diplomatic stability in an increasingly complex global arena. The Golden Dome Initiative stands as a testament to the commitment to safeguarding national security in a rapidly changing world. The information presented regarding the $175 billion Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative reveals several counterintuitive aspects, particularly in the context of military spending, technological development, and geopolitical dynamics. Here are some of the notable points. 1. R&D investment versus total budget. Allocating only $50 million for research and development R&D within a $175 billion initiative may seem incongruent. Typically, large-scale defense programs invest significantly more in R&D to ensure cutting-edge technology. This relatively small allocation raises questions about the initiative's commitment to innovation and long-term sustainability of the defense system. The expectation might be that a project of this magnitude would prioritize advanced research to stay ahead of potential threats, yet the funding suggests a focus on existing technologies rather than pioneering new solutions. 2. Phased implementation and urgency. The announcement claims a target for full operational capability by Q4 2024, yet the 5-phased implementation strategy indicates a methodical approach that could lead to delays or adjustments based on assessments and testing. This juxtaposition of urgency and caution may be counterintuitive. One would expect that a project of such critical importance would demand a more aggressive timeline, particularly given the geopolitical landscape and emerging missile threats. 3. Criticism of cost versus national security. While proponents argue that the initiative is essential for national security, critics highlight the significant financial burden it imposes. The paradox lies in the notion that investing heavily in missile defense might provoke further escalation in arms races rather than providing security. This suggests that the more money spent on defense could ironically lead to increased instability, challenging the assumption that higher military spending directly correlates with enhanced security. 4. Environmental concerns versus technological advancement. The initiative has sparked discussions about environmental impacts associated with missile defense systems. This raises a counterintuitive point where advancements in military technology, often seen as progress, may come at the cost of environmental degradation. This contradiction highlights the necessity for defense initiatives to simultaneously consider ecological ramifications while pursuing enhancements in technology. 5. Space technology integration. The merger involving MDA Space and SATX-FY, as mentioned in the sources, points to a strategic enhancement in satellite communications for missile defense. The counterintuitive aspect here is the reliance on commercial entities to bolster national defense capabilities. It challenges the traditional view that defense systems should be developed exclusively within government frameworks and suggests a shift toward public-private partnerships that could both enhance technological capacity and introduce vulnerabilities based on the commercial sector's motives. 6. Political ramifications. The diverse reactions to the initiative underscore a counterintuitive reality in political discourse. While the initiative is framed as a unifying national security measure, it simultaneously deepens partisan divides. The perception of military spending as a bipartisan issue is challenged, exposing how defense initiatives can become contentious political tools that may polarize rather than unify public sentiment. 7. Global arms race dynamics. The initiative is positioned as a necessary response to rogue states and hostile entities. However, the counterintuitive implication is that such defensive measures can trigger an arms race, prompting adversaries to accelerate their own missile programs. This creates a scenario where spending on defense inadvertently incites the very threats it aims to mitigate, raising questions about the effectiveness of deterrence strategies. 8. Cybersecurity focus. The emphasis on cybersecurity enhancements within the Missile Defense Initiative is noteworthy. It is counterintuitive to prioritize cyber defenses within a physical defense initiative where the expectation might be to focus solely on physical interception technologies. This dual focus indicates an awareness of the evolving nature of threats, yet it also highlights the challenge of simultaneously defending against both cyber and physical attacks. Complicating the defense landscape. In summary, the Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative encapsulates several counterintuitive elements that challenge conventional wisdom on military spending, technological prioritization, and geopolitical strategies. These aspects prompt a re-evaluation of how defense initiatives are structured and perceived, reflecting the complexities of national security in a rapidly changing world. The $175 billion Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative, set for deployment by Q4 2024, is a significant milestone in U.S. defense strategy. While the major points of the initiative, budget, phased implementation, and political implications are often highlighted, several critical aspects may be overlooked by the general public and policymakers. These overlooked elements are significant for understanding the broader implications of the initiative on national security, technology development, and international relations. 1. Phased implementation and its significance. The five-phased implementation strategy is not merely a logistical approach, it reflects a comprehensive understanding of technology lifecycle management in military applications. Initial phases. The first two phases, assessments and technology validation, followed by development and initial testing, are crucial for identifying potential flaws early in the process. This iterative approach allows for adjustments based on real-time feedback, which is essential given the rapidly evolving nature of missile technology and cyber threats. Long-term evaluation. The final phase emphasizes continuous evaluation, which is often neglected in defense projects. This aspect highlights the importance of adaptability in military strategy, where emerging threats can render existing systems obsolete. Continuous updates and evaluations ensure that the system remains relevant and effective against a dynamic threat landscape. 2. Cybersecurity allocation. The allocation of $50 million specifically for R&D and cybersecurity enhancements is noteworthy. Cyber threat landscape. In an age where cyber warfare is becoming increasingly prevalent, dedicating funds to cybersecurity is crucial. Many may overlook the fact that missile defense systems are not only physical infrastructures but also rely heavily on software and data systems that can be vulnerable to cyber attacks. Ensuring that these systems are secured against potential breaches is essential for maintaining operational integrity. Investment in future technologies. This allocation indicates a forward-thinking approach, recognizing that future conflicts may be fought as much in cyberspace as in physical domains. Investing in cybersecurity can lead to innovations that might benefit other sectors, enhancing national resilience overall. 3. Interagency and international coordination. The initiative's success hinges not only on technological development but also on coordination among various government agencies and international partners. Integration with existing systems. The third and fourth phases involve integrating the new missile defense system with existing military infrastructures. This requires collaboration across multiple branches of the military and intelligence agencies, which can be a significant logistical challenge. Effective interagency communication and operational compatibility are critical yet often overlooked factors that can determine the initiative's success. Impact on international relations. The announcement of such a substantial defense initiative can influence global arms dynamics and relationships with adversarial nations. Critics of the initiative express concerns over escalating tensions and potentially provoking an arms race. Understanding the geopolitical ramifications is crucial, as these developments can affect U.S. foreign policy and defense strategies. 4. Environmental considerations. While the focus is on defense capabilities, the environmental impacts of missile defense systems are often sidelined in discussions. Environmental footprint of testing. the development and testing of missile defense systems can have significant environmental implications, including land use emissions and potential impacts on local ecosystems. The oversight of these factors is essential for ensuring that defense initiatives do not come at an unsustainable environmental cost, which could lead to public backlash or regulatory challenges. Sustainable technologies. There is an opportunity for the initiative to invest in sustainable technologies within defense. R&D innovations in energy efficiency and materials science can reduce environmental impacts and enhance the initiative's long-term viability. 5. Public perception and political implications. Public support for defense initiatives can be influenced by perceptions of necessity and efficacy. Educating the public. The complexities of missile defense and its importance to national security may not be fully understood by the public. As a result, there is a significant opportunity for outreach and education to garner support and understanding. Misconceptions can lead to polarized opinions that might affect funding and policy direction in the future. Political ramifications. The initiative's announcement comes during a politically charged atmosphere. The implications of such a significant investment can affect electoral outcomes and party dynamics. Understanding how defense spending is perceived by the electorate is vital for policymakers as they navigate the political landscape. Conclusion. The Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative represents a significant commitment to enhancing U.S. national security. However, the importance of its phased implementation strategy, cybersecurity focus, interagency coordination, environmental considerations, and public engagement cannot be overstated. These often overlooked elements have far-reaching implications for the initiative's success and the broader context of U.S. defense policy. Addressing these aspects comprehensively will be critical in ensuring that the initiative is effective, sustainable, and aligned with national and global security needs. 1. Overview of the Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative. The initiative, with a staggering budget of $175 billion, was revealed by former President Trump on May 21, 2025. Its primary objective is to enhance U.S. missile defense capabilities in response to threats from rogue nations and hostile entities. The program is designed to develop a comprehensive and state-of-the-art defense system that can intercept various missile threats, marking a significant advancement in national security strategy. 2. Funding allocation for R&D and cybersecurity. A critical aspect of the initiative is the allocation of $50 million specifically for research and development, R&D, and cybersecurity enhancements. This funding signifies a commitment to not only modernizing missile defense technologies but also ensuring the resilience of the system against potential cyber threats. The emphasis on R&D reflects the need to stay ahead of rapidly evolving missile technologies and tactics employed by adversaries. 3. Five-phased implementation strategy. The initiative's deployment strategy is structured into 5 distinct phases, each crucial for ensuring the effective development and integration of the missile defense system. Phase 1. Initial assessments and technology validation to gauge current capabilities and identify gaps. Phase 2. Development of key components and preliminary field tests to validate technology in real-world conditions. Phase 3. Full-scale production and deployment of primary defense systems. Preparing for operational readiness. Phase 4. Integration with existing military infrastructure to ensure compatibility and operational efficiency. Phase 5. Continuous evaluation and updates to adapt to emerging threats and technological advancements, ensuring the system remains effective over time. 4. Support and criticism of the initiative. The Golden Dome Initiative has garnered a mix of support and criticism. Proponents argue that the program is essential for safeguarding national security against missile threats, particularly in an increasingly volatile global landscape. Conversely, critics raise concerns regarding the substantial financial investment, the potential for escalating an arms race, and the environmental implications associated with missile defense systems. This dual perspective on the initiative highlights the broader debate surrounding defense spending and its implications for international relations and security dynamics. 1. The Manhattan Project 1942–1946. The Manhattan Project was a secret U.S. government research project during World War II that aimed to develop the first nuclear weapons. Initiated in response to fears that Nazi Germany was working on its own atomic bomb, the program involved extensive collaboration among scientists, military officials, and government agencies. With an estimated cost of around $2 billion at the time, equivalent to about $25 billion today, it included the construction of large-scale facilities and the recruitment of top scientific talent, including notable figures like Robert Oppenheimer and Enrico Fermi. The project culminated in the successful testing of the first atomic bomb in July 1945 at the Trinity site in New Mexico, leading to the eventual bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945, which contributed significantly to the end of World War II. 2. The Apollo Program 1961–1972. The Apollo program was a series of space missions undertaken by NASA with the goal of landing humans on the Moon and returning them safely to Earth. Initiated in 1961 under President John F. Kennedy's directive, the program represented a major technological and engineering challenge requiring significant financial investment and rapid advancements in various fields. The program's budget eventually exceeded $25 billion, approximately $150 billion today, and involved rigorous phases of testing, including unmanned missions Apollo 1 through Apollo 10 before the historic Apollo 11 mission in July 1969 successfully landed astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the Moon. The program not only achieved its primary goal but also propelled advancements in aerospace technology, materials science, and computer technology. 3. The Strategic Defense Initiative (SDI) 1983. The Strategic Defense Initiative, proposed by President Ronald Reagan in 1983, aimed to develop a system to protect the United States from nuclear missile attacks through the deployment of ground-based and space-based systems. The initiative, often referred to as Star Wars, was motivated by the desire to counter the Soviet Union's nuclear capabilities and included advanced technologies such as laser systems and satellite-based interceptors. Despite an initial budget proposal of $26 billion over 5 years, the initiative faced significant technical challenges, skepticism from scientists, and political opposition. Ultimately, while the SDI did lead to some advancements in missile defense technology, it was never fully realized as originally envisioned, and the Cold War dynamics shifted, leading to its eventual dissolution in favor of new strategic defense approaches. These historical cases share similarities with the Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative in terms of their ambitious goals, substantial financial investments, and the integration of advanced technologies to address national security concerns. Future outlook, predictions for the Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative. The $175 billion Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative represents a pivotal shift in the U.S. defense landscape aimed at strengthening national security through an advanced missile defense system. As we look towards its scheduled deployment by Q4 2024, several key predictions can be made regarding its future implications both domestically and internationally. 1. Technological advancements and R&D innovations. With $50 million allocated for research and development R&D, it is anticipated that the Golden Dome Initiative will spur significant technological advancements. This investment will likely lead to breakthroughs in missile detection interception technologies and cybersecurity measures. As the program progresses through its 5-phased implementation, innovative technologies such as artificial intelligence (AI) for real-time threat assessment and advanced radar systems will likely emerge. This could position the U.S. at the forefront of missile defense technology, influencing global standards and practices. 2. Impact on national security and military strategy. The Golden Dome Initiative is expected to enhance U.S. capabilities in countering missile threats from rogue states and hostile actors. With its comprehensive approach to missile defense, the program may lead to a more proactive military strategy focusing on deterrence and rapid response. As the system becomes operational, the U.S. military may shift resources towards integrating missile defense as a core component of national defense strategy, impacting decisions related to troop deployments and international military partnerships. 3. Geopolitical ramifications and arms race concerns. The announcement of the Golden Dome initiative will likely provoke varied reactions globally, while supporters highlight its necessity for national security. Critics warn it might escalate tensions and trigger an arms race. Nations that perceive the U.S. missile defense system as a threat may increase their own military capabilities, leading to regional instability, particularly in areas like East Asia and the Middle East. It is plausible that adversarial nations will develop countermeasures or enhance their offensive capabilities in response, potentially resulting in heightened military confrontations. 4. Cybersecurity vulnerabilities and enhancements. The initiative's emphasis on cybersecurity is crucial, especially given the increasing sophistication of cyber threats. As the deployment progresses, ongoing investments in cybersecurity will be essential to protect the missile defense infrastructure from cyber attacks. Future predictions indicate that the U.S. may lead global standards for cybersecurity in military applications, influencing how nations approach the protection of critical defense systems. However, if vulnerabilities are exposed, it could undermine confidence in the initiative and lead to significant strategic setbacks. 5. Integration with existing defense frameworks. The phased implementation strategy will facilitate the integration of the Golden Dome system with existing military infrastructures. This integration will likely foster collaboration between various branches of the U.S. military, enhancing operational efficiency and response times. As the initiative progresses, it may also encourage other nations to re-evaluate their defense systems, leading to collaborative defense agreements or joint exercises aimed at countering perceived threats posed by the U.S. missile defense capabilities. 6. Environmental and ethical considerations. As the initiative unfolds, environmental impacts and ethical considerations surrounding missile defense systems will come under scrutiny. The deployment of advanced missile systems could raise concerns about ecological consequences, particularly in testing and operational phases. Future discussions may center on balancing military preparedness with environmental stewardship, leading to innovations in eco-friendly technologies within defense frameworks. 7. Economic implications and budgetary concerns. The hefty price tag of $175 billion raises questions about budget allocations and economic implications. As the initiative progresses, there may be debates within Congress regarding funding priorities, potentially impacting other areas such as social programs or infrastructure. Economic pressures may lead to calls for increased transparency and accountability concerning the initiative's expenditures and outcomes, influencing future defense budget proposals. 8. Public perception and political dynamics. Public perception of the Golden Dome initiative will significantly influence its future. As the program develops, ongoing communication and transparency from the government will be vital to maintaining public support. Political dynamics may also shift, with potential changes in administration affecting the initiative's trajectory. Should the initiative face significant opposition or challenges, it could lead to re-evaluations or adjustments in strategy. Conclusion. The Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative is poised to reshape the U.S. defense landscape significantly. As it moves through its implementation phases, the implications will extend beyond national security to encompass technological advancements, geopolitical shifts, cybersecurity challenges, and economic considerations. The success of the initiative will depend on strategic execution, public support, and the ability to navigate the complex international defense environment. Ultimately, the Golden Dome initiative will not only define the future of U.S. missile defense but also impact global security dynamics in the coming years.